welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for coming. So I wanted to start a new series on my channel. It's been on my mind for a while, something that I wanted to do for quite some time, and I wanted to share with you guys a series called As Told by Women. So this series is pretty much going to be the stuff that I find on TikTok that women discuss about men. So if you're not a man, or even if you are a man and you want to see what's going on and you want to hear what's going on, you can stay. But if you don't want to get into our conversations and see what's going on with women, then you can leave. It's okay. But thank you guys for stopping by. But again, this series is for women and the things that happen to women and the stories that women tell that I find on TikTok. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab the stories. I'm going to leave their handles in so that you guys can go watch the story yourself. So maybe you get a different take on it. Maybe you get a different take on it, and you can probably follow the creator. And it's just buzz stories that I catch on TikTok that I think that's interesting or weird. Things that men do to women to validate what women are saying all across the board. So if you guys are here for that kind of content, stay tuned, and I'm gonna post about 3 to 5 videos each week. I'm gonna see, depending on how many videos I grab, 3 to 5 videos on women telling their stories about things that happen with random men, whether it's a crazy date, an encounter with a man in any shape or form, whether it be good or bad, whether it be boyfriend, husband, whatever, side piece, whatever. I'm gonna post it, and you guys comment down below and let me know what you think about these stories. Some of the stories I might set up, some of the stories I might not. I think the first story that I'm gonna show is was really popular this week on TikTok. A woman came to us asking our opinion if she was being petty because she asked her boyfriend, living boyfriend, baby father, to borrow $15. Now this lady has 3 jobs. Yes, 3. And on her off week or off pay week, or some of the days that she doesn't work or works or doesn't get paid, something like that, she asked him to borrow between $5 and $20 just so that she can get her nails done, her hair done, however, whatever upkeep she wants, because she pays pretty much all the bills. No, I didn't freeze. Yes, I'm just flabbergasted over here. And she wanted our opinion. So now she's our friend, and we want to know what you think. You let me know in the comments below what you think about that video.
All right, serious question, y'all. For people in a relationship, me and my boyfriend always get in a fight over money, bro. Okay, mind you, I'm not broke. I'm not broke. I am broke right now. You feel what I'm saying? But I make good money is what I'm trying to say. And all my money goes into my bills. It's just after all my money goes into my bills, I usually have nothing left. So I picked up 3 jobs, right? But my boyfriend didn't like that I was working the 3 jobs because he felt like I wasn't around my kid as much, which doesn't make any sense. But anyways, nevertheless, also, I had to quit a 3rd job because getting a sitter was becoming a little bit difficult because everybody started working in the evenings. So anyways, me and him always get an argument over cash. And mind you, I'm only ever asking for cash on my off days. Like, if I'm paid, I'm good, right? On my off days, though, I do be asking him for cash. And I'm not talking about, hundreds of dollars. I'm talking about 10, 20, maybe 50. And majority of the time, it's to be put back into the house, right? Or it's to be put to good use. Like, I'm not asking him to get my hair done. I'm not asking him to get my nails done. He doesn't even get any of that stuff done for me. Like, he does none of that for me. Like, if he does something for me, I have to ask for it. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't feel like that's right. And I get mad because every time I ask him for money, he wants to explode or have some type of reaction that just triggers me. And I just want to know, do you females ask your man for money, and how is that transaction? Is it a fight? Is it normal to ask your man for money? How much money does he give you? You know what I'm saying? Does he treat you to get your hair and nails done? My man literally does nothing but keep his money to himself. And it's annoying, and he's very Mr. Krabs, and I don't like that. And I don't know if that makes me sound shallow or whatever the case may be, but no, I want to marry a provider, and I feel like providers, will help out. And also, he doesn't like to talk about his finances, bro. How are we supposed to be getting married in the future if you can't even have a simple conversation about finances with me? It's always turning into I'm being money hungry. But it's I'm realistic, bro. We need to know our budget. How much are we able to spend? Am I wrong?
And the second video that I'm gonna post is a lady got on internet on TikTok. She was doing her makeup and she described a whole story about how she had an encounter with a gentleman, and he asked for her social media handles. She said no. Her friend butted in because he wouldn't leave. He was just standing there staring at them. Her friend butted in and was like, she said no. Why are you still standing here? Leave us alone. Whatever the case may be is. And homeboy socked her and beat her up really, really badly. But the premise of the story is you stood it by and watched your homegirl get beat up. And I'm going to post another video because this girl is going to say everything that I thought, but I'm going to let her tell it. And I'm going to post it after the video. Child, too much. Y'all friends is trash and y'all need to get some new ones. But I'm going to leave that to the homegirl to tell y'all how I feel. Okay? Comment down below and let me know what y'all thought of that story with that girl talking about she watched her friend on her behalf get beat up. Girl, bye.
I don't care if you have a boyfriend. Whenever a guy asks for your social media, give him your Snap, give him your Instagram. I don't care that he looks like an ogre. I had just finished at the club with my friends and we decided to go for a McDonald's, and we literally just sat on some steps. Bear in mind, we are wearing heels and quite small dresses. Obviously, we're all a little bit drunk because we've just come from the club, so logic isn't really kicking in. A man decides to come up to us and says, "Oh, you girls are beautiful." We say thank you. Then he asks for my Instagram and I politely decline. "Oh no, thank you, I'm not interested." The man did not move. He asked again. I said, "I'm literally not interested. Like, no, you can't have my social media." Just decided that he wasn't going to move until I gave him my Instagram, and he was making us all feel super uncomfortable. Probably should have just given in. If I've said no once, I'm not going to change my mind. Obviously, men don't understand that. So my friend stood up and she said, "Please, can you move away?" She said no. He said, "No, I'm not moving until she gives me her socials." My friend again said, "Move away." She said no, leave us alone. This man then proceeded to punch her and she literally fell down the stairs, but he wasn't done. He ran down the stairs and continued to punch her, pull her hair. Obviously, this is a 5'4" girl against like a 6'1" man. He was so into the whole punching thing that his trousers literally fell down. Like, we could see this man's whole bum. Oh, he's got her pinned on the ground, literally repeatedly punching her in the face. We obviously couldn't stop it because we are also just to get beaten up. So strangers were jumping out of their car and trying to separate them. And this man just ended up running off. A massive group of men like asked us what happened and tried to find him. Like, they all went after him. But genuinely no one could find him. And obviously with the London Underground, you can hop into any station and disappear like that. And someone who was watching it all happen called the police and they asked for a statement from us and like a description of him. Obviously they never found him and nothing was done about it. This girl literally having a patch of hair missing from her head and bruises all over her. And I can't help but think it was my fault because I chose to say no to a man, which is crazy. The only way to prevent yourself from this happening and staying safe is honestly just let them have it. Because at the end of the day, as soon as they add you, you can literally block them straight away. I would say avoid giving out phone numbers just because they can still carry on calling you on no caller ID even if you've blocked them. I don't care how ugly they are because this is actually a safety issue. No one should ever experience that in their lifetime. I don't care if you have a boyfriend. Whenever a guy
Go out and a man comes up to you and asks you for your social media, you say no, and the girl that's with you stands up for you and tells him to piss off, and he ends up beating her up because she stood up for you, and you stand there and you watch her get beat up. Do nothing. You don't do anything. You just stand there and you watch her get beat on by a grown man. So much so, you watch so much of it happen to where you can describe exactly what he was doing to her. But it also happened so fast that you didn't have enough time to react. Okay? And then when everybody is trying to figure out what you got going on, your response is, "Oh, well, I only met her 2 times. This is my second time hanging out with her." No, I wasn't. She's an associate to me. And that wasn't the point of my video. The point of my video was about women's safety. How can you advocate for women's safety when you stood there and watched a woman get beat up? Y'all gotta watch who y'all hang out with, because these younger girls, they're not raised on the same values that we was raised on. They're not raised on that value where if y'all go out together, everybody need to leave together, everybody need to go to the bathroom together, y'all need to buddy up, y'all need to have a buddy system. They're not raised on that. They're not being raised on that. Okay, y'all need to be careful who y'all go out with, for real. Because I don't care if I've known you for 10 years or 10 seconds. If we go out together, we are leaving together, and if you get into something, then I'm in it with you. And whatever the hell happens is what happens, but it's gonna happen to both of us. So you go out.
And then the third story I'm going to post is about another woman telling a whole nother story about how she encountered this gentleman. He came up to, I think that her and her friends were in a club. He came up to her, asked her for her number. She said no. He got belligerent, and then they started arguing, but then they walked away. But then she was in line with her homegirls to get to go to the restroom. And then he came back and was still arguing with her. And her friend jumped in and was arguing with the guy and was like, leave her alone, you know what you're doing, da 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 da. He socked her. And then a fight ensued. And then the girl got kicked out. And then the guy got kicked out. And then he was outside of the club still trying to fight her. And then the bouncers was holding him back, but he wasn't really trying to get away because it was a man. I'm not sure. But yeah, let me know what y'all think about that story in the comments below. But I will see you guys after the video for my final commentary. Child, you can't even make this stuff up.
I believe, about the girl who was explaining that her friend rejects a guy in a club and he proceeds to beat her up. That triggered such a memory in me from 2016 that I must have suppressed, because that exact same thing happened to me. I went to Nottingham University, my best friend went to uni of, and we decided we were going out for a night at her SU, so University of Trent's SU. We're going out, now listen, my hair is massive, it attracts a lot of attention. It was red at the time, so obviously double attention, but also microaggressions. People are always touching my hair. I have to, through gritted teeth, remind people not to touch my hair. I'm not a dog, don't pet me. But also in uni, a lot of people haven't seen certain hair textures and things like that. They're ignorant to the fact that people don't look like them. So it's almost like you're a show to them. Anyway, we get into the club, and one of the first interactions I end up having is a guy putting his hand into my hair and like grabbing my hair. He's basically massaging my scalp, and I turn around to him and I say, "Get your hand out of my hair." He then turns around and he's like, "Oh, you look like you've got Ebola anyway." Racist, but fine. You're ugly, you're this, you're that. That's fine. You didn't think I had Ebola when you were literally massaging the oils from my scalp, but whatever. Anyway, don't see him again. Me and the girls are obviously vibes and having a great time. Then we proceed to go to the toilet. Now we're walking in a line, Harley's friend, my best friend Harley, and then me. I didn't realise we're walking past the same guy. Anyway, he stops in front of me. So the girls have walked on. They haven't noticed that I'm not behind them. And then as I step to the left, he steps in front as well. As I step to the right, he steps in front of me. Steps forward, again, steps in front of me. He's not letting me pass. So I brush past him because I need to pee. This man's reaction is to start punching me in the face. Sorry, I'm laughing, but it's not funny at all, but just the thought of this happening almost 10 years ago. Starts punching me in the face. So he's punching me, whatever. Then he grabs my hair and he's trying to knee me in the face. He's around all of his boys. His boys don't do anything. No one in the club does anything either. And then he's like searching for like a bottle or something, but he's still like dragging me with him. So you can, I'm assuming bottle me. At this point, my best friend has noticed what's going on. She turns around and jumps on this man's back. She's trying to attack him from the back. She gets flung across the club, not literally, but she gets flung off, comes back, obviously tries to protect me again. I drop my phone, my ID, everything, my bag, I've got nothing. The extent of the damage was that when I go to A&E the next day, they tell me that I burst, I believe they said that I burst blood vessels in my eyes, so my eyes were like bloodshot red. I lost a tooth. I think it was cracked anyway, but I've got a cap now, £250. I would like to be reimbursed for that. To the point where it was Halloween, and when I went back to lectures like a week later, people were asking me if I was in costume. That's how bad my eyes looked. Anyway, we get kicked out of the club. Can you imagine? We get kicked out of the club, and I'm saying, like, my best friend's still in there, like, make sure you go get her, she's not safe in there, etc., etc. He gets kicked out literally 30 seconds later. He's literally 5 feet away from me. So he's, again, trying to start up. The bouncer's holding him like this, barely. He was like a Rottweiler in heat. Like, I've never seen anything like it. There's no justification for his reaction. I don't have to be polite by asking you to get your hand off me, off my person. Because if that was a man that went up to another man and stroked them, you two would be fighting. So I don't know why you think it's acceptable to do it to a woman. Anyway, luckily I got my phone back and my ID and everything like that. And I'm not someone that scares easily either. I'm not saying that's a massive thing to happen, of course, but I also, back in the day, like, I'd never admit defeat. Like, I showed everyone that, like, oh, it's like a little thing, don't worry about it. I left uni 3 months later. Like, I was so uncomfortable in that city. I didn't feel comfortable being in, like, the city centre, or if I saw that boy again, etc., etc. But it just goes to show that, like, you could be doing nothing at all, and you're still a problem, or you're still in danger. It's so scary. And it's so sad to see that other people experience this as well. I think it's horrific. But when people sometimes say they hate men, there's valid reasons for it. I don't know.
Hey, so welcome back, guys. Let me know what y'all thought about those 3 stories. I mean, I just feel like for the first girl, if you got to work 3 jobs and you don't have enough money to make ends meet, but then you have a whole helpmate in the house with you that is just holding on to his money and not helping you out when you need it, or not even giving you a little something to go get a pedicure to get you off your feet from working those 3 jobs and taking care of a child, what he there for? Honestly, what he's there for? And you come to the internet asking us for help when you know the answer, sis. You know the answer. But that's just my opinion. You do what you want to do with it. Because whatever we say, you're gonna defend him anyway. But that's that on that. The second story, I just feel like you not her real friend, sis. If she took up for you and you let her get beat up by some man to the point where you stood there and you told the story verbatim, everything that happened, blow by blow, sis, you're not her friend. And I would drop you like a hot potato. And guess what? I would most definitely would have beat you up after that. After he beat me up, I would have beat you up. I had an incident like that with my friend, and my friend was holding me back. But the girl who I was coming after me, if her friend didn't grab her, she would have kind of hit me. And I had told my friend, because she had a really hard grip on my arm, and I told my friend, I said, if that girl would have hit me, and you had my hand and I couldn't get that girl, I would have beat her up and then I would have beat you up afterwards. And that's just it on that. But I would have beat you up after that, sis. Talk about this girl was all lumped up and bruised up, but you stood there. And it was not even just you, it was a few of y'all. Girl, no. What? And the same goes for the third story. Like, y'all did the right thing. Y'all stuck together. Y'all kind of like did what y'all needed to do. But I mean, dudes is reckless. And no, I'm not giving out my stuff. It all depends on how I feel. I mean, I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think in them comments below. What y'all think about these girls. What advice y'all have for these girls. Because maybe I'm going to tag one of them. I'm going to tag them and see what advice y'all have for these girls. Let me know. See y'all in the next one. Annyeong.